I love Steph Miles's commitment to nonviolence, don't you? This is the work of God's Spirit in him because he didn't start here. I also love that Steph is a carpenter. There are stories of carpenters becoming good rabbis of nonviolence. Have you heard any? It's a journey that has happened before. The thing is about carpenters is that they plan and then they do create, build. So enjoy this webpage, appreciate the excellent class resources on nonviolence. Do contact Steph and invite him to your Bible study or church. Let me say a little bit about the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew chapters 5, 6, and 7. It's just 111 verses. The Sermon on the Mount follows Jesus' baptism. Then we have the three temptations, and these are the temptations for Jesus to use the methods of brutal empire, which he rejects. Then he comes into Galilee and proclaims the good news of the kingdom, and is accompanied by many healings. This healing prelude to the Sermon on the Mount is God's overflowing grace in desperate times for Galileans. The Sermon on the Mount is a strategy for the disciples to survive empire by not being violent revolutionaries. The Jewish revolts show how violent rebellion was brutally put down. The Jewish revolts failed to bring a better order. So Rabbi Jesus' teachings in the Sermon on the Mount in chapter 5 deal with anger, do not retaliate, love your enemies, is first of all a strategy to not provoke the violence of the beast, the Roman legions. But it's also more than that. It's a strategy to defeat empire. I love that Gandhi said when he read the Sermon on the Mount as a student in London, it delighted him beyond measure. He then read it every day for 40 years. His strategy of Sermon on the Mount, truth force, nonviolent resistance, civil disobedience, ended the British Empire in India. Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, and the civil rights movement followed Gandhi, and so have lots of other nonviolent movements for justice and peace since then. The Sermon on the Mount is not naive. It works. It's an old, new, relevant teaching from the Prince of Peace for our troubled day too. There's much more to be said about the Sermon on the Mount. This is just to whet your appetite. And if you're interested, read my book, Living the Sermon on the Mount in Difficult Times. It's published by Wipf and Stock, 2025. Thanks for listening to this.